Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. I have more June-O-Ween DIYs for you. DIY number 1, trick or treat. So these are just some little styrofoam pumpkins. I had 3 of the same shape and size. And we're going to paint all of them with this pumpkin colored chalk paint. And these took 2 coats. I'll just get them all 3 painted. And once they're dry, we're going to take a little antiquing wax. And we're going to darken the creases first of all. And then just distress it just a little bit. We don't want it to look like there's styrofoam under there. And once you're done, it looks more like wood or something casted or something like that. And I'm going to paint just a small area with some black chalk paint. And you'll see why here in a little bit. This is air dry clay. I was trying to get black, but they didn't have any. So we're going to have to paint it. But if you're going to do something that you want black, try to get black clay to start with. You can still paint it, but it'll just make your life a little easier. But that's okay. We can paint it. And I just took my rolling pin and rolled it out nice and flat as I could get it. And I'm going to drape this over top of this pumpkin here. And I'm trimming the excess. I just basically, where it was, it's too wide, where it doesn't press down and you don't want it to get thicker. You don't want big overlaps. So I'm just pinching it together and trimming it until I get it to lay flat all the way around. And you want to at least form the main shape as soon as you can, because it's going to start to dry on you, especially if it's this thin and you keep working it. And I just took that little tool and pressed in where all the little creases are. And I'm just going to take my scissors and trim around the bottom, shorten it up a little, and round all those edges. See, this is going to be a ghost costume for the pumpkin. And just keep working it till you're happy with the shape. And I'm going to poke out some little eye holes. And that's where the black comes in. The black is behind where the eye holes go. And just carefully cut those out and get them shaped as nicely as you can. I just made little ovals. I'm going to go back and clean it up, fix my lines a little bit. And another problem you're going to have with this clay is it could rip or it could break as you're working with it once it's dry. But you can very easily glue it back together. Now here's another piece. I did the same thing, but I made the edges a little more jagged. And I'm going to paint the entire pieces black. That was a messy process. Like I said, I couldn't find any black clay. Now for this one, I just made a mask. I just found that picture somewhere on Canva, I believe. Printed it and cut it out to make a little template and just cut out this little devil mask. And we're going to just cut out the eye holes again. And we're going to create the little indents. And we're going to lay it on there on the pumpkin so it dries in the shape you want. Now I've just rolled up pieces of clay and bent them over. Had a point at one end, bent it over, made little horns. And put them aside to dry. And then for stems, what I do is press it into the top and then just start slowly twisting and pulling at the same time. And once you get the height you want, start bending it over and then keep twisting till the excess pops off. And you got a nice little, trim that little piece off. You get a nice little stem. And I, of course, make 3 of those. And they're always going to come out a little different, so they're fun to do. And that same shape also works for a little witch hat. If you wanted to make a witch hat, you could do the exact same thing. And the third one. And for the one with the devil mask, I'm going to make sure I do a smaller area, painted black, because there's not as much to cover up the extra. And then I rolled this out and made a tail. I didn't really go into detail because I wasn't sure if I was going to use it. And now everything's painted black. Now this one's going to be my ghost. So I'm going to do a heavy dry brush with just regular white chalk paint. We want the black to kind of show, but we want, you know, make sure that you realize it's a ghost. Too cute. Then I go back with a smaller brush. It's still a little dark, and I just kind of added highlights here and there of the white. Made it look a little more streaky, like it had some aging to it maybe. And of course my devil mask, I'm going to do the same thing but with some red paint. And of course the horns and tail, we're going to do the same thing to all of those items. Thank you for being here with me today. Hope you're as excited about June-O-Ween and all that fun stuff as I am. I've almost hit my 5,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. So now this one's going to be a zombie. And I somehow edited the part out around the bottom edge. I took little bitty scissors and snipped little cuts all the way around the bottom edge. So it looked like it was, you know, tattered. And we're going to go around with this castle gray chalk paint, just like we did the white. And I'm going to go and catch all those edges. So hopefully some of those little ratty edges will show. And then for this guy, I just have toothpicks and some hot glue. I created a hole in the pumpkin and in the bottom of the horns. And basically broke the toothpicks in half. And glued it in the pumpkin and a little glue on the other end and slide on the horns. Looking cute. And I'm just going to glue the little mask on. And then my stems, I dry brushed them the same color as I did the rest. Just a little lighter. And for this one, if you didn't guess, this is a zombie. So we're going to take a little red. I also created a couple little tears. And then the front is where the mouth would be is more jagged than the rest. And we got to add a little blood. It's a zombie, right? And then we're going to go around and glue our stems on. And my little tail. The tail is very fragile. I figured I'll put it on there. If it falls off or breaks, it's no big deal. And just pop it off the back if it breaks. But it's very cute. So it was worth putting on there. Look at it. So cute. I was just delighted how these turned out. Now my zombie. And I didn't even glue this piece on. It fits so nice and snug. I just slid it on there and glued the stem on top. I saw something similar in Pinterest or somewhere where they were like flat wood cutouts. And it just, it made me think to do this. Now this board I did truffle brown and then a kind of thick coat of sandstone, and I want to get it most of the way dry but not quite because I just want to scrape away some of that. I just want the tan to kind of be here and there and give it a nice distressed look. So I'm just very gently scraping off an area at a time. Don't go too hard, it'll all come off. This little fence was a part of a sign I got at Dollar General, and I had painted it some time ago with textured paint and put it aside, and I was like, what am I going to use this for? Well, I finally got to use it. These are just little square wooden blocks from Dollar Tree that I painted with the truffle brown to create little feet so my fence will stand up. But yeah, it turned out the fence was the exact same size. This board is just one of those craft boards from Dollar Tree also. And it was the perfect length for the fence. I gotta have a display for my trick-or-treaters here. Get that in place. And you'll see it all put together in my reveal. I also distress it with a little bit of the truffle brown. Pick up that texture a little bit. DIY number 2. Thorns and Embers. So first, check this out. I'm doing a dupe of this hat. Pottery Barn, $130. And we're going to do it for about 10 or 15 maybe. This little hat I got thrifting, but you can usually get them at the dollar stores come Halloween. And I'm just removing all this tinsel. I'm going to use the frame. Now, I'm sorry, I keep getting out of frame. It was hard to stay in the frame with this. But this is the leg off of a pair of leggings that I got thrifting. I just cut the leg off and just use it as a sleeve. Pull it down over the cone, and then I'm going to fidget with it a little bit and fold it over. I want to make a tip that hangs over. So I just fold it over itself a couple times and pinch it together into a tip. And then I'm going to kind of wrap the excess around and just play with it till I'm happy with it. So now I'm going to tie, this is just some black hemp twine I got at Walmart. And I'm going to tie a couple pieces of that around to form the shape of the tip here. And I'm going to wrap it around a few times, just to hold all this stuff together. I trim off the excess. And I'm going to come around and tuck it under the string and create a loop and tie a knot in it a couple times so it stays put. But yeah, these leggings will be perfect for this. Because I didn't want to just put it on that frame because you could see through it too much. And if you put the, I'm going to use this excelsior that I've dyed black. You'd have to put on a lot and then it would just be all messy. So you need something, you can take, you can use felt or anything you want. You put something up inside it to fill in the gaps. You can do whatever you have on hand. So now I'm going to take these little fairy lights and wrap them around here. I probably should have used two strings of it. It could be fuller, so if you want more lights, you're going to want to use 2 of these. Unless you have a longer one. These are the little Dollar Tree ones. So I think they're like 3 feet long total. So yeah, you might want to do this twice to give you more light. And I am going to tell you, this is messy with this excelsior, and this may potentially just be like a temporary piece for one season, and then because it's just all this stuff is going to shed off everywhere. And I would assume you could clear coat it with something, some spray adhesive to kind of hold it together. But anyway, here I tuck the wire in between where the hat pops, where the brim pops open, and tuck that down inside, and I'm just going to spot tie that in place. I didn't use any glue or anything like that, because like I said, this may just be a one-time use, a one-time deal, and you can reuse that excelsior and lights, you know, for, and well, everything, the hat, form, everything, for another project later if you want. So I just wanted to let you know that, because I didn't spray it with anything, but I would guess some kind of spray adhesive would help with that. And then when you pack it away for the year, it's going to get mashed up. Yeah, so it may be a one season deal, but you know, I'm not paying $130 for it if I can do it with what I have. But this, I cannot find black excelsior. And I'm just packing this on and kind of pressing it around into shape. And it'll stay put fairly well for you while you're working on it. But I took some black chalk paint and some water in a Ziploc and added the excelsior to it, and it soaked up the color, and it worked beautifully. Let it dry out, it was fine. Then I needed more, but I couldn't get that to work. I don't know if it was different excelsior. I don't know if I didn't have enough paint, but it turned out like a dark gray. So I just hit it with some flat black spray paint, and it worked just fine as well. But it takes a lot of paint because you gotta really pull it apart and get down inside there, make sure it all gets the color. And as you see, I just keep adding it and pressing it in place, and that's pretty much all I'm doing. And then also, it's, again, I didn't use any kind of glue or anything. I'm going to take that same black cord and just wrap it to hold all this in place. So I just keep adding until you can't see that black cloth behind it. But you don't want too much. Again, you don't want it too thick so that the lights show through. And I don't have as many lights as I should. And you can also wrap the lights on the outside. You know, the lights can work as your wire to hold it all together. You can do it that way. So it's however you want to do it. So I'm tying the end of my cord to the tip of the hat, and then I'm going to start wrapping to hold it in place, and try to pull it tight as you can. Keep pressing it down, and this black cord, it will disappear right into the excelsior there. But it's kind of hard to get it on there tight. So yeah, if you want to use the lights on the outside and use that wire to hold it together, you know, you can do both, do the string and then do that, or take like some thin black lace and wrap it. Would be really pretty, and you can decorate it, put a little bats on it. You can, you know, do whatever you want. You can use, you don't have to color the excelsior black. You can do it natural color. And here's what we have. I was amazed how well it was coming together, how it shaped on there nicely like that. It really did. It's messy though. Like I said, it's a giant mess. And then we're just going to lay it around the brim and press it down. And you see it's got those little nubs on the outside. So all I do is kind of bring it around the edge and push it in between, and it stays put. Like I said, I never used any glue. And clean that up, get it a little pretty, and this one's done. Here's my reveals. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. My little trick-or-treaters is one of my favorite things ever. They are so cute. I love them. I've got them in a different position here. I was trying to show the little tail, but again, I wasn't all that worried about the tail. And here's my $130 Pottery Barn hat. Don't forget to like and share and all the things. Bye.